Hi, I'm Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. So I'll be continuing my exploration with the recent game, Black Myth Wukong, because it's the current thing, and I actually like the style of it, even if I don't game, because I don't have like a PC or a PS5. I just like the the direction of the game. Let me just zoom here a little bit. Oh. By the way, quick update, folks. My pet display, the Artist 22 Gen, is Generation 2, is coming in tomorrow. So I have to wait for that, and pretty excited. It is the Generation 2, not the Plus. The Artist 22 Plus is the recent version that's out. It's one of their XPPen's newer models and everything. So that's if you're interested and you have the money, then I would suggest you go for it. But if you're going for a cheaper one, that costs a little less, then I mean I haven't tried it yet, so I'm excited to show it to you tomorrow. So I'll be doing a product review eventually of that thing. So yeah, it's a pen display, and it's going to be the replacement for my 22E Pro, which I have now. I'm using it really just a monitor right now. So when that pen display comes, I'm going to be freaking like abusing the thing. So hopefully everything is okay with that pen display. I'm very excited to show it off. And even before showing it off, obviously I want to try it out, right? So I'll be doing an unboxing of it. And yeah, so this upcoming product review video, it's not sponsored, or it's not a review, or it's not a review product, meaning I bought it myself. So whatever I say about it is gonna be less biased, so you can check that out eventually. So right now I'm actually drawing the tiger. It's one of the main bosses in chapter 2, I think. I'm not sure. Is it chapter 1 or chapter 2? And when you're drawing, by the way, I do think it's nice to have a brush that you can sort of sketch with like this, but if you make it bigger, you can also paint with it, because I think it is like, it's sort of a hassle when you have a one brush for drawing for like line work, and then you have one brush for like painting. I think it's a hassle in a way, right? And for example, when you draw it this way, for example, I'll draw some lines here. I can shade with it immediately by just making the brush bigger. And if I want to erase, I can just hit the white in the background and just do this, right? I can paint over the thing I don't want. Now, obviously, this only works when your background is like a... I mean, you can do it with any color, obviously, if you're doing like a... If you have like some extra values, you can like paint over whatever your... Like, it's just faster. Like, you can paint over your mistakes. You can make adjustments way faster, right? And if I want to draw here, I can just select this black, right? Make the brush smaller and start drawing with it. So as much as I do have like a couple of like drawing brushes, like pens. I mean, they have their own like use, but I think if to be fast right now, I'm feeling like just using a brush that can be for sketching, for lines, and also for like shading and painting. So if you're struggling with, if you feel like you're kind of slow, perhaps you just need to pick a brush that's very simple. Now I know it's overused or it's overdone, but the round brush is a good example of that. You can draw with it, sketch with it, and you can shade with it or paint with it. And yeah, just make the brush size smaller for your lines, and then yeah. So right now I'm just blocking in the figure here. the anatomy isn't as clear because this is obviously a tiger, as I mentioned, so there's gonna be a bunch of fur in there, so it's just harder to see everything, right? And it's sort of like a screenshot in a game or something. Fuck. Sorry, there's something in my throat. I need to remove that cup because if I hit it, you're gonna hear it and it's not gonna sound good in the. It's gonna sound painful in the ears, right? So we have the tiger here, the tiger head. Right. I'm trying to block in the basic sort of shapes here. And when you're drawing stuff, I've learned so far that it's okay to be a bit more simplified in the beginning. Like you don't have to get it right. You can just sort of get like a general understanding of it, and you can always adjust the way things look later on. Right? For example, look at right now, the face is kind of weird. It's kind of abstracted to the extreme, but as a block-in, I think it works. And I mean, you can draw with the pen tablet. I'm not saying you can't. I mean, you've seen my previous art session, right? Then let me just add in like a black sort of thing here so I can just select it quickly instead of going to the. Okay. So this guy, like a part of him is actually in shadow. So what's cool about that is I don't have to draw everything. So watch this, I'll take this, maybe a gray, and then just do that. See that? Like not everything has to be like drawn. And when you have like this one brush that you can draw with, paint with at the same time, via just changing the brush size, if you have the flexibility, you can think of contours, and if you want to, you can immediately switch to thinking of value. So right now I'm thinking more of I'm thinking of shape, the shape of the shadows, but also the value, right? So I can help make the forms appear without necessarily having to use like a line to do that. Right? Now I have no idea how to illustrate fur, so there's a challenge there. So he has a sword here. See how I erased that? I just picked the white from the background, and then that's it. Right, so we got this. It's not making as much sense now, but it's gonna make sense eventually. And that's still something I want to get comfortable with, and the only way I can do that is by doing this often. But it's about getting used to not getting it right in the beginning. Because as I keep progressing through the piece, it's gonna get better. Because I can always paint over my mistakes anyway, right? But sometimes if it doesn't look right in the beginning, you can lose a bit of motivation. So that's always something that I experience. And I'm sure you do too, in your own way, right? Now if you think this is ugly, it is. So don't feel bad. Oh, the leg is not that thick. I actually want to bring in some color. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit X. And then I'm gonna... It's my shortcut for the pick screen color. So I picked a color from the actual photo. You can select a color outside of Clip Studio Paint basically. So it's kind of a brown, or an orange-ish. And by the way, I'm doing this in what, 1 layer. Right, so I'm just painting over the actual drawing. I mean, I could have just picked my own colors, but maybe it takes a little time. I don't know. What's cool when you're painting is you can hide the details a bit compared to, say, when you're drawing. Like, it's so obvious when you don't know what's happening, because obviously you don't have let's pick a blue or something. If you're not sure, just pick the desaturated color to add it in, because if it's too bright, it's gonna be, I mean, you can always paint over your mistakes, but it's just too annoying if it's too bright. So if you're unsure, just pick a color, whatever the hue is, just pick on the grayer side, meaning it's not over here, it's a little bit more on the left side, to be safe, as your initial sort of mark. That's what works for me. You can just save the desaturated stuff for later. Oh, this one's a bit saturated. This one does have a bit of red, so let me just sprinkle in some red here, because this guy is somewhat covered with blood a bit. Because he has been feasting on, like he is fighting in this sort of river or pool of blood. And I believe his minions sort of offer him that. You can spend time really getting it right in the beginning via drawing, like layouting your piece, but sometimes you can't, or I can't help but just jump in. So sometimes when I start painting, it doesn't look right. Like, it looks like, proportionally speaking, it's like off by huge marks or margins, but whatever. Let's pick some kind of yellow. Right? And then a bit of orange around the eyes. It's a bit small, so maybe it's a bad idea to really do that now, but see how I'm erasing? I'm just picking the white from the background, and that's it. Now with this kind of process, it will take a bit of time, and if you're not patient, you may get bored, because it will take a couple of iterations before you can actually sort of get it right. So if you want to lay things out in the beginning, then I guess you're gonna have to do that, because this thing will take some time. For example, for me, like, I don't really know how to draw the stripes as much. Like, should I draw it now or after? Not really sure. Oh yes, there you go. See, it was a bit too far. I want to add some red here, a bit of orange red. So the ear here is not even breaking the silhouette, but the one on the right, the one I'm drawing on right now, it does break the silhouette a bit. Not bad. So what's my time? 16. Oh, not a bad sketch. Let me just have some coffee here. Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I've had a pen tilt or a pen that supports pen tilt in a pen display. I did have a 13, or I do have a 13.3 Pro, but it's just too small, and I'm just not. I know it differs from person to person, but to me, having a pen display that's that small. I have one. I've tried it. It's just too limiting for me. I mean, I can draw in it, obviously, and it's kind of fun sketching, but I just feel better when I have a wider screen. It's just more freeing. I can make the strokes. Like I can use more of my arm in a way. I don't know. Because when you have a pen tablet, sorry, a pen display that small, it's like I'm sketching in my notebook, which is fine. It has that nice compact vibe to it, but obviously it's just different, you know? It's one of those moments where you think, oh shit, size really does matter. oh yeah. But yeah, so, but that's not stopping anyone. Like it doesn't mean having the best or bigger, like bigger isn't always better. You will know via the actual art that's being made. So don't take this. It's more of a comfort thing, right? Or a preference, right? It's not like a a deal breaker for the kind of art you can make. For example, right now I'm using my pen tablet. I can still make art, right? But I think experience does matter. So if you want the experience of drawing and painting to be good, because it just makes things, it can help make your process more sustainable. You can draw longer, you can draw more, if you're comfortable. For example, if you don't have the right chair, if your chair is kind of squeaky, if it doesn't have the cushioning, you're gonna not want to spend time in your desk and draw, you know? If you have a very dysfunctional I don't know, monitor, maybe it's flickering, obviously it's not going to be a good thing, right? So again, it's more of a preference thing. And like enjoyment, because it just makes the process more enjoyable. Let's add a bit of yellow. A little lighter. A little more, but on the grayer side. Or desaturated side. And that's what I've noticed. Like, a lot of the works you see... In the last episode, we talked about how... or I talked about how adding a bit of grays in your work makes it a little more realistic. It adds a sense of realism. So you don't want it to be too colorful, essentially. Like, it's okay to have gray patches here and there. like stuff in this area, it's okay for that to happen. And it does look cooler or make your artwork more realistic that way. But in this episode, I think, I mean, I've known this already before, but I can see it in the reference photo I have. You will see a bunch of colors in your artwork or in the reference photo. Like, it's not just one, like orange in this case. Sometimes it's analogous, meaning you do see some yellow, some orange. I think it's called analogous, where the colors are very close to each other, or the hues are very close to each other. I do see some deep reds here because of the blood. I'll draw it in black and then I'll bring in the color. And there's some white here too, because of the you know how they have hair in their, the whiskers, I think it's called. Whoa, see that? There you go. And now it looks a little more angry, right? See that? Artist! There you go. Break. Let me just have a sip of water here. So I hope you're enjoying, and I hope you're also doing something in the background. You know, I want to make this like a regular thing, a daily thing even, because, yep. Oh, and one of you mentioned, I've seen your comment, I forgot, like Sam something. Like you kind of pick and choose the art reviews because you kind of vibe with certain artists more than others, so you don't really watch it, but you do watch, according to your comment, episodes where I draw or paint. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, because you know, it's just nice knowing people watch it. Even though it doesn't, I think it's because, yeah, obviously it doesn't get as much views. And it makes sense because most of my videos are art reviews anyway, so that's what people expect from the channel. Now I do want to change that, in that I'm not saying I will stop doing art reviews. I like doing it because I like checking out people's artwork, but I don't want the channel to be just that, you know. I want to do some, like, I want to be like, my brand should be an artist who likes appreciating and enjoying art. So it's not just me watching people draw or paint or seeing their work, but it's also me doing my own thing, right? So hopefully that comes across to the audience. And also, it's not just about the audience. I also want to develop my own skills and draw, because sometimes, you know, I focus too much on shit like, is my channel succeeding, you know, stuff like that, thinking about the success of the channel, and I often forget, like, am I even doing art? Like, am I enjoying art? Like, I feel like I'm losing the love for it if I think about the success of the channel too much. And I think it's a very common thing. Like, we get lost sometimes, or we stray, and we often forget why we do what we do. And it's almost like a constant fight or like you get lost in the days, right? And it's sort of a natural thing that just happens. The point is, you want to get back to the whole art thing eventually. You don't want to get stuck in the like the business success side, business slash success. It's important. I'm not saying ignore it. Like you have to do both nowadays, really. But yeah. So you just have to go back and forth. I'm not sure what's the right balance, or how do I say it? I'm not good at balancing it yet. I usually just wait until I sort of get frustrated. And once that happens, I kind of know, oh shit, I need to calm the F down. I need to remember, my whys, and I just need to reflect and such. But yeah. So it's not really intentional. I just kind of wait for. It's more of an adaptive way of doing things where if I have to sit down and just think, then that's the time to do it. If I don't feel like anything's happening, if I'm chill, if I'm doing good, like I don't feel stressed in any way, and I'm just doing the work like normally, then I don't have to like stop. Really struggling with the hairs here. I'm not sure how to do it, but tigers do have some white hair. It's not just like orange and black. Oh. And by the way, I recommend using the felt nib for your stylus pens because I feel like I'm scratching the surface when I'm using the default nibs. I think most stylus pens have a felt nib option. It's more softer on the pen tablet or the pen display. I'm wondering if the pen display I'll get tomorrow has felt nibs. I want to see what's inside the box. I don't know. I'm so excited. To me, that's kind of a big deal. Or it's one of the exciting things of my, I guess, this week. Is it sad? I mean, I don't know. Oh, let's add a bit of orange here. You know what? Add a bit of red or brown. Oh, it's too strong. There we go. And there's actually a bit of yellow. It's from the background. But in this case, it's more of a warm gray, I guess. It's not bad. It looks like a really cool sketch. Oh, look at, oh my god. And I love, someone mentioned this, like a streamer chick. She was playing the game, right? And she mentioned how she likes the design of the tiger, of this one specifically, because you would expect them to do like a realistic tiger, right? I mean, the rendering is somewhat realistic, but the style, like the proportions and everything, it looks like very old or traditional drawings of or depictions of tigers. Just look at any sort of old, like Chinese kind of like the way they draw dragons, where it's somewhat exaggerated. They kind of apply the same technique when drawing like tigers and everything. And the tiger for this game in Black Myth Wukong has that energy, has that vibe, especially the face. you really see it. And yeah, it shows you that you don't always have to go the realistic route. And for a lot of, like, for example, films nowadays, think Lion King, stuff like that. Especially the revamp. I'm saying it right, like the movies where they're trying to make the 2D originals into 3D. Like, I get it, but you know, is it really that necessary? Right? So anyway, do you see how I went from drawing it with some really loose, like, lay-in lines, and then painting on top of it immediately? Again, I'm just using the one brush here. I think right now it's called the graphite feather. I haven't changed the names. I often change the names of my brushes because sometimes I just want to. So don't always expect it's there. You're gonna see the brush in the brushes pack, but it's not gonna be. Sometimes the names will just change, but you will get them. So just saying. By the way, if you haven't seen, like, the updates, I usually update. I mentioned before that I could update weekly, but I think it's too much. Every month, somewhere around there, maybe in the end of the month or beginning of the month, that's where I'll post the new updates. So if you don't see the brush in the brush pack, just give it some time. Okay. So this guy has white eyebrows. Now obviously it's not gonna be actually white, because it's gonna be like the light around it. It's gonna affect the way it looks. So there's that. But also, let me just pick an orange, darker value. It's not even that dark. Now I know I'm kind of zoomed out, but that's what's necessary. A bit of saturation. I want some saturation here. Oh yeah, there is a bit of, like, white hair here. Can you see it even? Like, I can't even see it anymore. Bit of orange. This one's okay, but I want to make... So even the back of the ear has a bit of feathering. Or sorry, has a bit of fur. Kind of like that. Holy shit, that's a badass freaking tiger. Roar! Anyway. Oh my god. Break. I get so dehydrated easily. Christ. "34 minutes. Let's go!" Sorry, my bad. Let's make this more, like, red. I'm getting a little good at this, where I'm not color picking. Whoa, expert artist. Right? Oh, see, look at me. I'm not even using the eraser tool. I'm just selecting the white from the background, and I'm painting over the things I don't want. So it just saves so much time, I swear. Just learn how to paint things, paint over things. It's gonna be scary in the beginning, but it's so worth it. Right? It's gonna be... Sorry. Oh my god, look at... Oh, it's a freaking awesome tiger. Roar. Meow. Meow. Oh, stop. I saw this meme earlier or hours ago that like if you don't talk, people might think you're boring, or you think that, but if you talk, people may think you're annoying. So it's kind of I think it's an introvert post or something, but I think most people think that way where I mean, no one's gonna like you 100%. Like, there are people I like that I don't like 100%. Wait, did I say that right? Like, there are people I like, but sometimes I just don't agree with how they do things. Sometimes, or I find them annoying at certain times. So, if you feel that way, it's okay. Because I too feel that way. So let me just make this, because it's too gray here or too light. And there's so much like splatter effects in the reference photos, so it's kind of hard to see. Because it is a screenshot or something. I think it's some kind of screenshot. See, I just painted over that. Why? I didn't like it. Just too much information. Let's make it kind of purplish. Let's make it more darker, but still somewhat saturated, right? Yeah, I think black is a bit too much. Let me just tone it down a little bit. Yeah, the leg over here, I can't see it because there's so much effects that it's ruining everything. So we're just gonna have to focus on the freaking torso. So then we just remove this. Yeah, and the legs for this tiger is actually kind of small. Like the arms are so huge. Okay, so let me just do this. It is gonna be easier though if you have like a decent amount of shadows, because you can easily block them in with just like one dark value. Kind of like this. I can't even see the hand because it's even covered in, obviously it's, the paw is still covered with fur and everything, but it still kind of sucks that I can't see everything. I can't even see the thumb as well. This one's too saturated. Let me just... Oh, that's too dark. Come on, too much. Oh, come on. No, it's not even that colorful. Let's... Dude, let's do... Oh, come on. What's going on? There you go. It's missing a little bit of red. I want some of this. Because its arms or hand is kind of bloody. So this guy's a rough looking fellow, but very, very cool. Not too thick of some hair. I'll make the brush a little smaller and do that. Oh shit! Oh shit! There we go. Add some orange. Make it a little lively. There we go. Add some white here. Oh my! Oh, let's do this. Add a bit of like touch of that. Oops, it's supposed to be an orange, by the way. There you go, just fixing up this side. Oh fuck, it looks like an epic tiger. Oh my god. Mother of Jesus. 43 minutes. Oh my god. 50 minutes left-ish. 15 minutes. Break. I'm actually kind of good. Oh yeah. Because I did want to improve like my character art, right? But I think I was neglecting like a different side of me. I do have my base or my inspiration from concept art and from films, games. I just like the illustration as well, that comes from that kind of realm. And I kind of ignored that the past few, I guess, months, and like I think it's good to really make use of your strengths. Like this is what I'm currently. I'm not saying I can only do this because I clearly want to learn more. Definitely doing some like anime stuff. But I have this, I can do this, so why limit myself? And I'm so glad I made, I'm so glad I did the episode yesterday, the art session episode, because it kind of reminded me that, oh shit, I can actually like paint. Even though I may not be the best designer because I'm still like I can't draw things or paint things from imagination. I know that's kind of the goal some of us have. I mean, who doesn't want to? Because it's just cool to do, but sometimes you just want to paint something even if there's reference, right? So anyway, the point is I can do this, so I shouldn't have neglected that or this side of me. So Because I can do both. I can do this and then I can study on the side. You know, so let me just add a bit of like. Anyway. So yeah, if you're struggling with painting, maybe try this approach. Just be more direct, where you draw and paint almost at the same time. And in this wave, or with this way of painting, or illustrating, I do change the brush size very quickly. Or it's a very big part of how I draw or paint, or with this kind of technique anyway. Because I know other artists, they kind of draw it in the beginning, and then they will make a new layer, and then they'll use a different brush for like painting or rendering. You know, whenever they're doing maybe cell shading, that kind of approach. So if you're that kind of person, then that's good. I recommend you go for that. But if you're not, if you may succeed with this kind of approach, so I do recommend it. So, yeah. You know, when it comes to some brushes, the more you make it small, sometimes it just disappears to the point where you can't even see the strokes anymore. So that's kind of the downside when you make your own brushes. Sometimes there's a cap to how small you can make the brush. You can adjust this with the settings and everything, but yeah, it's not gonna always be so reliable, right? Excuse me. Excuse me, ma. Excuse me. See that? Oh, I'm an artist. God, I'm so cool, aren't I? Oh my god, I'm so fucking oh. There's actually some kind of green thing here. Green like this. Yeah, the splatter effects from the frame or from the screenshot is not helping me because I can't see anything. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to draw in some of the stripes. Let me just erase this part here. Holy shit, that's a cool ass tiger. Oh, it's so over. Artist. Like, this is fun, isn't it? And yeah, I think I forget sometimes why I do this. But if you just spend time on your canvas and just draw what you want to draw, especially in the moment, then just go for it. For example, I could have done like some kind of character pose, human anatomy sort of thing, like anime, but right now I just felt like doing a tiger from the game, the Wukong game. I'm not a gamer, but I just seeing the game, the gameplay, it looks so cool, and the character designs, creature designs, boss designs, so they look really cool. So that's what I went with, and that's okay. And I knew, like, a part of me was like thinking, oh shit, like, is this gonna affect views? Because the last one didn't do too well when it comes to views. Should I even go for it? Like, but I think I've just been thinking that I have been thinking that way a bit too much recently. So right now I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna paint what I want to paint. So F life. Sometimes you have to think, damn the views, right? Damn the engagement. This is me time now. Now, will it affect the success of the channel? Maybe, but you know what? Fuck it. Sometimes I just have that way of thinking. It's that fuck it mentality. Not always reliable, guys. Not always reliable. I'm not saying you do what I do, but it's what I feel though sometimes, and I can't seem to shake that, or this feeling of just, oh my god, you know what I mean? Okay. Save. Break. Oh shit, 52 minutes? He does have like a sling in the neck somewhere, or for his sword. Excuse me, mom. Like somewhere here, let me just draw it. Kind of like this. And then we'll add some like green. Let's do saturated. Let me just do this. Kind of like that. Like it's kind of a rope or something. Oh my god. Oh, it's so fucking cool. Oh. It's over. Officially the best artist here on YouTube. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, is it perfect? No, but it's enough. Come on. It has like really long whiskers somehow. Well, and it's a bit of orange here. Why is it not selecting? Is it lagging? Oh, because sometimes Clip Studio will save like in regular intervals, so maybe that's why. I do find that annoying sometimes, but I know it's necessary. Because obviously, what if your laptop or PC shutdowns randomly? You want to be, oh my god, you want to be able to have a saved copy. Shit, look at that. It's not bad. Look at, oh my god. Oh, flip it. Oh, it looks great on both freaking sides. He looks like his, oh, I can't see the other arm. That's why it's kind of confusing. But hey, it's cool nonetheless. Oh my god, it's over. Oh my, oh shit. My recommendation is to start drawing right now because, like, even I'm like impressed with myself right now. Like, oh shit, like I can do this. Am I an artist? Maybe if I just stopped procrastinating, I could actually, you know, do stuff like succeed. Oh, right on. And sometimes that's it. Sometimes we just get in our own way for no freaking reason. Oh, I needed that change. Like, oh, this yellow is what I needed. This yellow is what I needed. Oh my, it's over. It's official. Wait, this one seems a little too... Oh, the music I have in the background is amazing. You can't hear it, but it's only on my side. But I'm feeling something. What is it? I'm listening to KaizanBlu Essentials Chill Hop / Lo-Fi Beats Mix. Like, there's a girl singing and her voice is just so beautiful. And sometimes that's what you need too. Music matters. Like, it can make you feel like an artist and just like sometimes you need some emotions when you're drawing or painting. It just takes you away in a way. Oh guys, I'm feeling goosebumps. So pick your music. She's saying something like, you're all I need, honestly. But anyway. I'm almost done. Oh, 59 minutes. 58, 59, 1000. Oh, sorry. Is it one? Fuck. It's been an hour. I think I'll stop here. So this was a good session. So 1 hour. I mentioned last episode I was supposed to like try to capture the likeness, but or basically continue the painting and try to capture the likeness a bit more with this episode, with the upcoming episode. But before I started this episode, I was like, I don't feel like doing that anymore. I just want to start something different. So I went with my gut and I went for The freaking tiger. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's not finished, obviously, but it doesn't have to be. Like, you can do something like this with just an hour, a good solid sketch that's fun, and yeah, it's just fun. I know I'm supposed to stop, but you know me, right? Come on, stop. So anyway, that's it for this episode of the art session series. The second one. Hopefully I can keep this series going. Again, I'm aiming for, an hour a day-ish. As short as 30 minutes maybe. Or maybe even 15 minutes. All the way to an hour. Right now I'm thinking of just making the max 1 hour. Because right now that's what I think my current max is. More than that, I start to look like, or I start to lose a bit of motivation and or energy. And if you can do things for longer, great. That's good for you. But for me, I'm not there right now. So maybe in the future I can spend more time. But yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed. Oh yeah, obviously I'm gonna be doing a product review eventually once I get my pen display, the Artist 22 Generation 2, not the most recent 22 size tablet from XPPen, but it's something that I think is gonna help me. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna be doing a product review of that, and obviously I'll be doing I think in the next art session I'm gonna be using that pen display. But right now, I am using, or I did use my pen tablet, the Deco Pro Generation 2 MW, the medium-sized one from XPPen, the one they sent me. So it works, as you can see. My artwork is amazeballs. It's from the game, again, Black Myth Wukong. Check out the game if you're a gamer, or if you're an artist, just check out the concept art, or the game, just watch the gameplay. And once you see like the world building there, the character design, you're gonna be inspired to. I think you're gonna want to draw some of those characters. So that's it for this art session. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.